Hi, everybody. It is November 4th, Saturday. Again, tonight, at least in this part of the world, we turn our clocks back an hour. Um, Feels lately like we've been turning the calendar back about 50 years. But tonight, the clocks go back an hour. So if you feel like it, you can gain a little extra sleep tonight. Um, it's so weird. I check outside. I was outside this morning working, and it feels like summertime. I mean, here we are in the early November, and it's still like in the 80s here in LA. It's like, God, when is winter going to hit? Um, I love cold weather, cool weather. I don't know if I'd want to be getting up every day dealing with, digging my car out of the snow and stuff like so many people in this country have to deal with. But a little cooler would be nice. Supposedly it's going to cool off, and there is even a chance of some rain late next week, but we'll see what happens with all that. Um, Maureen's doing better. I mean, she's still, in discomfort and stuff, but today is a big deal for her. Scott, her dear friend and hairdresser, is coming to the house in an hour, and he's gonna do her hair for her, and it's been driving her crazy, and so this will be a big deal. I'm really happy that this is just another one of those steps in the process that brings some state of normalcy back. And then on Monday we've got physical therapy back at the house, and probably Tuesday or Wednesday occupational therapy will be back here, and the nurse will come back at some point during the week, and that'll go on for the next couple of weeks, and then she gets all of the stitches, the staples removed, and then we move on to whatever the next step on that's going to be. So we'll see. It's all moving along in a positive direction. So I'm grateful of that. Again, the clubhouse is going to be meeting again this coming Wednesday. I already talked to Aaron, and he's all ready to set it all up. And just, things are chugging along. Got another cameo to do after we finish this today. And they've been coming in hot and heavy. Some people have been asking, what's Cameo? It's an app that you can go to, and there's like actors and athletes and all kinds of people and musicians are on it, and they set their own fees and stuff. I mean, some like insane, fees for these. But what it is you just you're basically hiring the person to like this. To one I have after this is another birthday message for somebody. Somebody wrote to me, and I think it's their husband's birthday is coming up. So they wrote and they told me a bit about them, and I do a personalized video for them. It's all videos, and I've got I know about 250 of these now, and it's a lot of fun. You get to kind of dig in. Some people have written to me like that are in bands, and they say, write to our bass player and tell him he sucks and that you're going to be taking his place and stuff. And I go, okay, whatever. It's kind of a pretty goofy thing, but I got turned on to it a while back. Actually, I had seen it, and I really hadn't thought about it. Then I was together with Lisa Loeb, and Lisa Loeb said, "Are you doing cameos?" She goes, "I'm doing them. I really like it." So she kind of talked me into being more serious about it, and I did, and it's a hoot, as they say. But so it was fun playing Lyle yesterday. I was running Lyle songs again last night because the dominant aspect of next year is going to be all stuff with Lyle again. And I'm really looking forward to it. I love working with Lyle. He's one of the more interesting artists I've ever worked with. And he definitely puts together the best bands. I mean, it's just crazy how good it is. And it was really fun this last summer being out with Lamont Van Hook and Amy Keys from Phil Collins's band are now in Lyle's group. So having them has been really great, and being with, Russ Kunkel is the drummer on it. So I'm a happy camper being with Russ and Jim Cox and James Hara. The people that he puts together are amazing. The horn section's great. The rest of the band is just ridiculously good. So that's fun. So one of the songs we did is called 12th of June. And I just thought, I'm going to go ahead and play along with this. But also, Lyle's a fascinating storyteller. That's one of the things in his shows. Like some people go, God, he talks a lot. But to me, it's really interesting. I mean, our shows are generally 3 hours, maybe a little bit longer, and no intermission. So it's an evening of a lot of music, but a lot of stories. Balladeers like him, like they're like the old traveling minstrels. So much of it is the stories that they tell that set up the songs and experiences. And I enjoy him every night. I've heard him a bunch, and I still enjoy him. When I was out with James Taylor, he would tell the story of Mona, his pig. And the song lasted about 90 seconds, and the story got to be about 15 minutes long, explaining it. So I enjoy that. So I'm going to play a little of Lyle's storytelling here, and then it goes into 12th of June. So let's go ahead and check this out and see what's going on here.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Gosh, y'all are so kind. It is, playing in the summertime is really fun because we get to play a combination of theaters and indoor places and outdoor places. We've been, the last several nights in a row, we've been playing outdoors, and it's a fun in a whole nother, in a kind of whole nother way, being able to see folks clearly at the beginning of the show when it's still daylight. But outdoors, the wind can be, it's all part of the atmosphere. The wind can be blowing, or you could be conveniently located by a highway.
Or railroad tracks.
After a few days in a row of playing outside, to be in a beautiful theater, like the American Music Theater, where we can all hear one another, it's a real treat. I didn't ever worry about my age, really, until the day my children were born, and I started doing the math, and then I realized quickly it was a bad idea to do the math. I was just thrilled to have them. Seeing this new little family that I had made me think of my family, the family that came before me, and made me imagine what kind of family might live on after me. And I started thinking about a place that's very special to me in East Texas, where my great-great-grandfather, William Lovett was his name, moved to in 1850. And he had lots of children, they had lots of children, and that part of the woods in San Jacinto County, Texas, still feels like home to me. We have a family cemetery with graves that go back to the 1870s. There are only about 100 graves total, but the cemetery itself is kind of the focal point of the family. It keeps the extended family together, really. It keeps us associating. There's always family cemetery business to discuss, maintenance, eligibility. Well, it's not as straightforward as you think. I mean, there are rules. My great-great-grandfather established, rules, and you have to be either a Lovett by blood, descended from Lovett by blood, and this is where it gets tricky, or currently married to a Lovett. The Lovetts aren't always currently, and. When my dad's generation was in charge of taking care of the cemetery, the men of the family maintained it themselves. When I was a little boy, I used to always look forward to it. When I was a little boy, we'd go up to the cemetery every 2 or 3 weeks, and my dad and his uncles and cousins would all mow and trim and make sure the place was presentable. Our moms would bring a covered dish. At the end of the work, there'd be a picnic right there under those pine trees near the cemetery, right there at the cemetery. Really, it was never a sad place or a morbid kind of place. It was always a place, as far as I was concerned, it was a place the family got together, and we were all happy. Us kids, when our dads were working, we'd go out in the woods and play, and
a lot of tuning involved.
the woods up there are thick, and in fact, that part of that's right in the foot of the Sam Houston National Forest, and that part of the woods they call the Big Thicket, and you get out in those woods, you get lost easy. I mean, you can't tell if it's daylight or dark. We had a lot of fun as children playing out there. There's a little creek that runs next to the cemetery, the tributary really to the main creek. It had spring fed and had real steep banks that were fun to slide down and slide right into the water. We'd come in for lunch all muddy and dirty and covered in ticks, and just have the best time. And now that my generation is in charge of taking care of the cemetery, we hire out the mowing. But we get together once a year to reenact those picnics, and now I get to see my children run out in the woods with their cousins and come back all muddy and dirty. And so far we haven't had any ticks, but I know they're coming. That little creek, all the old timers in the family always called it the branch.
Before spring turned into summer, after night turned into day, they were born a Monday morning, in the days just after May, in the days just after May. I for me a happy tune, and all the days I love best the 12th of June, and I love best the 12th of June. But he was strong across his shoulders, and she was delicate of skin, and their mother laid their ashes as we held them to our breasts, as we held them to our breasts. By the branches edge of summer, they for me a happy that we were. They will remember that we were. And to these beautiful children, and to my sweet and tender wife, I will love you three forever, though I fly beyond this life. Though I fly beyond this life. And by and by, just play for me a happy tune. And know all the days I love best the 12th of June. And by and by, just when they lie me in my doom. And know all the days I love. And there are so many days I love. Oh, all the days I love that's the 12th of June. And I love that's the 12th of June.
Twelfth of June, Lyle. Just before we played, I was going, I've got to clip this nail. It keeps kind of, I'm trying. I don't want that pop on it. It's amazing with just the tiniest bit of nail. Suddenly it'll be, rather than little thing. Love these ding walls. That so rich in there. So I'm gonna do my cameo now, and then I'm gonna go down, and Scott should be here pretty soon to do Maureen's hair. And then I've got some other projects around the house to do and take care of. To wash the car this morning. I'm going to wash my truck, even though it's kind of hopeless. Paint's all peeling off of it. Just every day is packed with stuff to do. But there's this much normalcy returning to life in the Sklar household as Maureen heals. Still quite a ways to go before she's back to any normalcy. But it's every day is a little new adventure and a good sign that things are heading in the right direction. So take good care. Have a great weekend. Grab that other hour of rest tonight. And I will probably be back here tomorrow. And Clubhouse on Wednesday. And that's it. So take good care. And I'll talk to you soon as I hit this little red button and says goodbye. Goodbye.